Well, this is really getting tough. My next guest believes that the rise of non-traditional presidential candidates like Donald Trump, like Dr. Ben Carson, can be traced to the instability in both Washington, D.C. and on Wall Street. I want to bring in leading pollster and Luntz global founder Frank Luntz to the conversation right now. Frank, it's great to see you.
Thank you.
Give me your assessment right now of the field. Why is Trump, Carson, Carly Fiorina in the lead? Why are the establishments back behind?
And it's the Republican and the Democrats, and it really is. It's a frustration. We ask a simple question. Are you better off than your parents? And will your children be better off than you? And for the first time, it's not only a plurality, it's now a majority of Americans think that their kids are going to be worse off. And they're angry at Washington because they think that politicians make the situation worse. They're angry at Wall Street because they think that CEOs don't care. And I'm pro-business, but I'm talking to CEOs every single day saying, you got to get your words right. You got to show empathy. You got to show compassion. Nobody cares about global warming, quite frankly. What they care about is, do you pay your employees a fair wage? Do you give them the training that they need to do better in the future? Do you actually help the community succeed? And they feel that Washington doesn't listen. They feel that Wall Street doesn't care. And so they're mad as hell.
Yeah. But by the way, I agree. When the Republicans took Congress back in November, everybody thought, oh, we're going to get so much done. Tax reform, this, that. What has gotten done? I'm also mad as hell.
It's far better. Well, that's dangerous in a host.
Why?
Because that's how you say things that end up on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Good point.
She's as cool as
he's a good advisor.
No, but it's true. It's not right, though. I agree that nothing has gotten done, and I can understand why people are angry.
And they want it reflected. And by the way, they're mad at the news media because they don't think that they tell the truth, and they think they're biased. So they're mad at all of the elites. And you've got what's in the Democratic Party, it's as significant as well. Bernie Sanders is drawing 15 or 20,000 people to his rallies. This is a guy who is a proud socialist, and yet he's doing this well. It is absolutely, we've never seen anything like it. I've been doing this since 1992. I work for Ross Perot, so I know what these third-party movements are like. This is much more significant because it's deeper and wider.
Can he win it? Can Donald Trump win it?
He can win the Republican. I never thought I'd say this, but he can win the Republican. Even with what he said, he can win the Republican nomination as long as there are at least 5 candidates against him, because his 25% is significant. If you got Bush and Walker and Rubio and Cruz in the race, it becomes possible for Trump, by the math, to be successful.
Is there any way for another Republican to fight him? Because again, if you consider yourself a conservative, Donald Trump historically has said things that go against your beliefs. The fact that he gave money to Hillary Clinton.
He even said, "I'm a Democrat,"
which is in the new ad.
And he was proud of it. And he talked about how he gave money so that she would show up at his wedding. So my question to Trump was, which wedding?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It works.
Will anybody care who's a Republican primary voter? Will they start to care about the issues? What's going to cause them to do that?
We did a session just of Trump voters about 10 days ago because I wanted to really understand them. And I showed them the most incredible language about Rosie O'Donnell. I showed them comments that he made about his own daughter. Mm-hmm. His support went up. The more outlandish Trump is, the higher his support goes. And the reason why? Because he doesn't hire people like me.
Because
he doesn't have pollsters.
Because people say, yeah, I was thinking that. That's what I thought. Or like what he said the other day about Anthony Weiner. You know, I mean, people were like, yeah, you're right, you know.
But in terms of language, Frank, is that because this is the expectation from Trump, he has a history of speaking this way. It's more acceptable because it's him. Does that make it harder for another candidate to fight him because they can't fight him with the same language?
They can't, and they can't fight him with the same intensity because Donald Trump doesn't care. If you don't care, you can say just about anything. Jeb Bush was a great governor. And Jeb Bush knows that he has the responsibility to tell the truth.
Right.
Trump isn't constrained by that, and he's authentic and he's genuine.
That's the thing, authenticity. All right, what about the Dem side? Can Hillary get through this?
She can get through it, but I have to tell you, I'm watching the date of when her server was wiped. Was it before or after the congressional subpoena, which I believe was either March 3rd or March 5th. Mm-hmm. That's the date I'm looking for. When we find out when that server was wiped. And by the way, her cracking jokes about it, the dumbest thing you can do, saying I love Snapchat because my emails disappear.
Oh, how about wiping it with a towel? Wiping it with a towel, she said.
She doesn't understand, I don't think, or her advisors don't understand that this is national security. So this is not a joke.
How does she not understand that? She was the Secretary of State.
Then why would she say it? I don't understand.
I agree. I think it was horrible that she made jokes about it.
And I'm watching Joe Biden, because if Joe Biden gets into this race, I believe he will deliver the single best announcement speech that we have ever heard. His relationship, that intensity between him and his son after already losing his family. He was so close to his son. I taught Beau Biden that he was a great kid, a great adult. And the vice president I'm sure he would address it. And it would be worth 10 points. I don't want to calculate based on that, but if Biden comes in, this whole thing changes.
Wow.
And then we will not know who's going to win on the Republican side, which we don't, and we won't know who's going to win on the Democratic side.
You know why you love your job so much and you're so good at it? Because you're a patriot. Let me see those sneakers.
Oh, you don't want me to take them off, I assure you. I don't know if you...
Here, can we get a camera on? Oh, there we go. There we go. Red, white, and blue sneakers.
And now they are officially deductible. I owe you for that.
Frank,
never talk about tax deductions on television. As a general rule, like
I also never talk about where stocks are going, but that's your whole purpose. So.
Frank, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your great work always. Frank Luntz joining us.